Good morning. 8 o'clock hours here. We'll make picks coming up at 8:35. Get back in the Lions Sunday night matchup with the Eagles, and we got Wings tickets to give away in the 9 o'clock hour. But we're excited to talk to the Pistons head coach, JB Bickerstaff. Pistons homestand continues tonight, and so does their win streak. They've won 8 in a row. They're 10-2. It's a great start. And JB, good morning.
Good morning. How we doing?
We're doing great. Love watching you guys. It's fun. It's exciting. And obviously, this team has come so far, since you've taken the helm. And I got to ask you this, JB. You're 10-2 so far, 9-1, all the things that Jim just said. The pace that you're on, now I know it's really early in the season, but is a pace that would get you to more wins than the Pistons have ever had. Is this pace sustainable?
We try to take it just day by day, excuse me, and that's our focus. Is we've always been process-driven, and if we do the right things, then the results will go our way. But we're not focused on a final outcome or a last number. We just try to pay attention and stay in the moment because that's the most important thing for this team.
So when you talk about doing the right things, what are the right things that you need to see night in, night out that create opportunity for you guys to win games?
It starts with our defense. That's when we're at our best. When we're defending at a high level and paying attention to all the details, limiting our mistakes, being physical, doing the things that, other people just don't want to do, all the gritty things, all the nasty things. When we're doing that at a high level, we're going to give ourselves a chance because that creates offensive opportunities for us to get out and run and be fast and where our guys thrive in the transition game. So the more stops we get, the more we excel on the offensive end of the floor, and that all comes down to the details and paying attention to all the small things.
Jalen Duran taking a big leap to start this season. Where have you seen the biggest improvement from him through 12 games?
Honestly, it's just his confidence. He's always had the skill set, but once you have the belief in your skill set, and that came from the work that he put in this summer. I give him a ton of credit. This summer he was working. He was working hard. He was being diligent. He was with our coaches. He was in different places with different people, learning different things. But he worked his tail off this summer, and now he's got an opportunity to go out and show what he's capable of. But you watch how he's able to create now. He puts the ball on the floor, attacks other big guys. Defensively, he's improved. He's a great rim protector now. He's early to his spots defensively. He's communicating. So I think there's been a growth in a lot of areas for him, and we kind of see that's why his game has kind of rounded out really well.
I'm going to go to the next guy, the guy that everybody is going to, show up to watch, a lot of them on the team, but obviously Cade Cunningham. And we saw what he did last year in taking this team to the next level, getting to the postseason. And now it feels like he has taken another step. He was All-NBA last year. What is it that he's doing this year that really excites you about his leadership of this team and his play?
Well, I think it's the fourth quarter play. His ability to understand winning time and what it takes to get it done has taken a huge step. When all of our games, for the most part, have been really close games, and it's been decided, by certain stretches in the fourth quarter. And in those stretches, Cade has proven to be dominant. And it's an understanding of, the ball's going to be in my hands all game. When do I pick my spots? And I think he's done a great job of picking his spots of, okay, it's time to take over, it's time to step up, and then being able to do it. And that's what the superstars do. They understand the moment. It might not always be the fourth quarter. It might be a run in the first quarter where he sees a moment where, you can kind of stick a fork in a team early, and he'll go out and do that. So I think his understanding of, when the winning moments come has taken a big step this year.
On a follow-up to that, obviously, I've had exit interviews with coaches, conversations in the offseason about what I needed to do to improve. Were those things that you talked to Cade about in the offseason, or is that just something that he is recognizing and doing on his own?
It's always conversations. We had a conversation, obviously, at the end of last year, but during the summer about things and areas where he can improve. Like, we put a plan in place, and that's the great thing about Cade is, like, Cade loves to be coached, and Cade wants to be great, and he's not afraid to do the things that it's going to take for him to get there. So he had a great summer also, working on his game, developing his skill set for those moments. And again, he's got a great feel for the game on his own, and he picks those things up, but again, it's the experience of being in games that matter and games that, where winning is on the line. And he's gone through that now and understands what it takes. So a lot of it he's learned through experience, but some of it is the plan that was put in place.
You guys are 10-2, always looking for areas to improve. You guys don't take a lot or make a lot of three-point shots. Now, I know Isaiah Stewart helps with some of that spacing, but is that still a challenge you guys are having, spacing and three-point shooting?
I don't think spacing is the issue because we've kind of learned to play in small spaces and where we want our guys on the floor. You'll always look to generate as many, open threes as you can, but I think we're built different than most teams in the NBA. And what we try to do is play to our strength, and our strength is, dominating the painted area and being physical and driving the basketball, creating paint opportunities because those lead to layups, they lead to free throws, those lead to getting in the bonus early in the quarter, and then they lead to, those open threes. So, we're not going to play a game that everybody else might play just because that's the way, everybody's doing it. We try to play the game based on our personnel, and we have physical, attacking, punishing people on our team. So we just want to dominate the painted area and see teams make adjustments, and that'll help us generate those threes.
You guys are 10-2, and I think everybody has the realistic expectation that you're not going 80-2. But fans always, hey, you're on an 8-game heater. Everybody thinks, hey, the next one's going to be another win. It's another one. You keep stacking them on top of each other. And Trajan Langdon has talked about managing expectations. What would your message to fans be about managing the expectations for your basketball team?
Just enjoy the ride. It's a great group of guys who play a beautiful brand of basketball that I think if you watch it, you'll fall in love with the collective group and you'll fall in love with the individuals that are a part of it. And it comes with ups and downs. That's the reality of sport. It comes with adversity. It comes with things that you can't control. But when you watch the Detroit Pistons play basketball, if you love the game, if you love competition, if you love sport, like we're the team for you. And, support us, have our back, because our guys play for our fans. They play for, the city of Detroit, the state of Michigan. Like, that's what's important to our guys. And they play, with an identity that I think the city can relate to and the fan base can relate to because it is gritty, it is tough, it is blue collar, it is, ferocious. Like, that's the type of thing that when I see Detroit or Michigan, like, that's what I feel like the identity is, and our guys carry that identity every night on the court. And I think you saw a lot of that buy-in last year with the crowds for the playoff games. And we would take phone calls from people going, I don't like the NBA product. And we had to tell them, no. The Pistons are doing a little differently. They're going to defend for 4 quarters. You're going to be happy when you tune in. And you guys have turned a corner, not from a fan standpoint, but for you guys. How do you handle the expectation shift now, knowing, hey, it's not about, hey, will we get in the playoffs? You guys are in a different stage of the organization now. Yeah, expectations, can be a distraction, and we try to eliminate those distractions because what we want to do is hold ourselves to a standard, and we want to go out and perform to that standard every night and every day we practice. And, again, if we hold ourselves to a standard that's really high, which our guys are at right now, that's where our focus is, and that's what, produces success and sustainable success. So it's not about, outside expectations. It's about the standard that we hold ourselves to every single day. And if we do that, we'll stick with the process and we'll continue to get better, which is the most important part.
Talking to Pistons head coach JB Bickerstaff. Got a fun one for you, maybe a tough one for you. On this run where you guys keep winning, what's more satisfying for you as a coach? The OT win where you guys come back, or the other night where you're missing Cade, you're missing your star players, and you guys find a way to win anyway?
They're both awesome wins, no matter how you look at it. I think, the other night versus the Bulls, where we're so down with so many bodies missing, and you get to see guys who don't get the same opportunities throughout the year, but you get to see where the identity and the character of the team stands. A lot of times when you have guys who don't play, they can be upset, they can be frustrated, they can not buy into what it is that the team is doing. But our guys prove that 1 through 18 right now, including the two-ways, they love Detroit Pistons basketball. And they play a brand of basketball that is about the team, that's selfless. But it's great to see them get opportunities that they may not get when everybody is healthy and still go out, compete at a high level, and win.
As best you can for tonight, can you give us an idea of who's going to be back? I know fans are looking to see, hey, is Cade going to play? When are we going to see Stewart or Asar back? What's the thought going into tonight's game?
We got shoot around here in a couple of hours, and then we'll see how that goes. We got guys that got to test some things out, but that's as far as I can go on the injury front.
All right, JB. Appreciate it. Good stuff as always, and we look forward to checking in with you a bunch this season, all right?
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Pistons head coach, JB Bickerstaff, 97.1.